I don't have a point of view, I don't have a belief system, but I'm searching and I want to look, then you can come up with a lot of different options of what possibly could happen, right? Like right now, we've been talking about whether Canada, I'm just getting eaten up by people thinking, oh, my Canada's not going to be the 51st state. It's really gotten people angry. like they're just like, it's crazy. So I've been trolling them, actually, a lot of these people, like, because there is a possibility. Because if you know how countries do change borders, and they have, if you just have just Europe, and you would be able to see something, a sliding scale from like 1900 up to today, you'd see how the borders changes and shifted all over the place. So for Canada to become part of the United States is not an unheard of thing in countries. It just isn't. And there's multiple reasons why the possibility. For one thing, we're pretty much broke. And for another thing, we're broke, like, because he's been sending out money. We are just so huge in debt. We have double the debt than we did when he first came in, when Trudeau first came in. Another thing is he's not been putting money into our defenses. He's been throwing money and giving it to everybody else, to Ukraine or whatever it was, his next charity, that he was doing, and all of the embezzling that we know that happened as well, right? So, but what wasn't happening, which is really crazy, which to me makes it think, I think it's a setup. He has not been putting money into the military. If you listen to Congress, if you're listening to that, you have to actually pay attention and go do some research on these subjects. And you'll find that what I'm talking about is true. We cannot blow ourselves out of a paper bag. We have nothing. We have a crumbling infrastructure, what we have left. Like, he's talking about taking away the farmers' guns and sending them to Ukraine. And I don't know if you saw the video of Putin when he got the news and he...
Поэтому, конечно, нам ни в коем случае нельзя останавливаться и по свинине. Нам нужно наращивать объемы. И, понятно, на Дальнем Востоке, вы знаете, комплексы строятся серьезные. Какая разница?
Okay, so where was I thinking? Okay, so there is, Alberta's been talking about that for 2 decades. This is not out of the realm of possibility. Alberta's been talking about leaving the Canadian, actually becoming independent. We've been talking about that with Saskatchewan. Being an Albertan myself, I know that because I've been part of that, right? And that was one of the things that Danielle Smith got elected on, the possibility that if Trudeau pushes us too far, we will leave. And we will leave with our oil so that we can make the connection with the United States, of joining the United States. So these are all things that have been talked about in the Alberta sphere. And now we are in such a debt ratio. And now, of course, we have all the immigrants that now is causing problems with the United States, and all of the terrorists coming through from Canada, because we've been getting a revolving door on our citizenships, which up until now, Canada has always been respected with the passport. Anybody who had a Canadian passport, they were respected, but now they're not. And that's a real shame that's happened because of this. Just give anybody, if they're a refugee, a passport, these streamlines that never, ever should have happened. So there's so many things that is making it. So there may be negotiations, and Trump has talked about this a number of times.
Canada, to the tune of over $100 billion a year. We're subsidizing Mexico for almost $300 billion. We shouldn't be subsidizing. Why are we subsidizing these countries? If we're going to subsidize them, let it become a state. We're subsidizing Mexico, and we're subsidizing Canada, and we're subsidizing many countries all over the world. And all I want to do is I want to have a level, fast, but fair playing field.
We'll see. I guess that's just it. Because when he was sitting down, being interviewed and talked about this, it was not satire. And you can see it out of his own words, what he said about Canada joining the United States. So it's a possibility. Is it going to happen? I never thought in a million years that we would have the issues that we are dealing with today in Canada. Ever. I would never have thought what I saw over the last 4 years could ever have happened in my country. So yes, at this point, I can see almost anything happening. Talk to you later, and I'm going to stop talking.
Hello, TikTok. I'm in the car. I'm heading over to Madison Square Garden, and we appreciate all of your tremendous support. It really has made a big difference. We have youth because of TikTok. Thank you.
Ready to rock and roll, guys. It's going to be a big one.